Yo, what's up, guys? It is pretty much 4 a.m. at the moment, and I knew that this event was gonna go live. And this event is very OP. So we have a few events right now. We have the check-in event, which is very good. We have an event where you can choose a fusible unit if you are on a new account. I have that on my alt, and this is probably not going to focus, but I chose Sigmaris because I think it's pretty good for giants, and maybe I can use it for dragons as well. So it's just literally you choose that unit and you straight up have like a net 5 usable, like that kind of stuff. It's insane. So the next thing what we have is this check-in event that you might have seen already. And this one is pretty darn busted as well. This is one of the best events, if not the best event for Devilmons. Like, did we ever have an event that gave more than 1 or 2 Devilmons? Like, I think we had 2 Devilmons by best. This thing, you definitely do want to log in every day. Like, even if you're not doing any dailies whatsoever, you definitely do want to log in because these rewards are all pretty nice. But you get a Devilmon for consecutive logins, and that's just insane. So you pretty much have 30 days logins. I'm not sure if you actually, if it resets if you don't get the consecutive thing going, but can you miss, will be reset to day one if you, okay, so you have to log in every day. Like, set timers to log in every day. You need that. It's not that you can do 30 days in 34 days. No, log in every day. Like, this is definitely something you want, that you should do. But then we also have the Booster Fever event, which is also an insane event. Like, this one is really busted as well. So in this one, you can select a rune type that you want to get double drop rate. Of course, for giants, you can say Swift or Despair. I went for Swift. I have been recently getting a lot of Despair runes, which are pretty good, so I kind of want more Swift runes. If you go for dragons, of course, Vio. If you go for Necro, you could say Rage, because Rage has the lowest drop rate in Necro, but probably you will go for Will. Spiritual Realm, of course, you go Fight runes. For Steel Fortress, I'm thinking that it's a little bit less interesting because you need a little bit of everything. You could select something that's not light or dark, like something that you need a little bit more in that is not light or dark, and then go for Steel Fortress. Punish the script, however, going for attack. I definitely do think that's useful in there. And I hope that, I am not sure which of the two of Abyss is going to be released first, but if they release Punish's script on Abyss, I would definitely abuse this thing on attack because you need some supports or a decent amount of support artifacts. You need almost no HP artifacts, and you need near to none for defense. The main thing you need is attack. Like, most of the units you use are attack in pretty much every content of the game. Sure, some people would use more HP and more, well, defense and whatever of the others, more supports, I would say. But attack is definitely something you use a lot of. So definitely attack in this one would be very nice. And this I would probably go for fire or something, but not entirely sure what I would put on this, in all honesty. But yeah, that is just super insane. I really hope that Abyss PC comes out before the end of this event, but I'm not 100% sure about it. But until then, I also highly do recommend you to farm what you farm fastest, and that's going to be giants for most people, simply because of the Tasha team or the Kyle team or something like that. Giants is very fast. Dragons, you can also do pretty fast with just a Verd Lauren and then a bunch of twins or Kai or that kind of teams. Those are pretty fast as well. Necro, I would probably not recommend people to farm unless you really want to have specific will runes or rage runes, but Necro is just so slow by animation, so I wouldn't really focus on that too much. Spiritual Realm to get extra fight runes in is definitely useful at this moment as well. I would say Steel Fortress doesn't benefit that much from this buff, and Punisher Script definitely does benefit from the buff, from what I just mentioned before. Then the event is not done yet. We can select 3 different types of runes here where we want to have re-ups for. We can select, this is my second re-up for Vio. I can select 10 re-ups for Vio, 10 re-ups for Will, and 10 re-ups for Despair if I would like to. And apparently this is per week. You can do this 4 or 5 times. This event itself is 150 re-ups? That's fucking insane. That is absolutely ridiculously insane. Like, normally an event gives what, 1 re-up, 2 re-ups, that kind of stuff. This thing gives 150 re-ups. I would have to make the choice though, do you go for, because there's technically 4 rune sets that are high value. That's, of course, Vio, Swift, Despair, and Will. You can only choose 3 out of the 4, but you can also say, okay, this week I go for 3 of them, and then the next week I go for 1 excluded, 1 included, and then you rotate that around to pretty much get the same amount of re-ups for everything if you could rotate it throughout the weeks. Or you could say, like, I don't give that much shit about this pair or Will or Swift, and then just go in with the others. To be honest, for me, I'm not entirely sure what I will do, because I definitely do like, I would say that Swift re-upping is particularly the hardest because you're just speed chasing. So I'm not entirely sure yet. I think I will be switching between Swift and Despair, but on the other hand, I have most targets on Swift and Despair because that's what I've been farming the most. But this event, like 150 re-ups, it's insane. We're not even done yet. We have a bunch of these. You can buy 10. That's a lot. Normally you could buy like 3 of each. You can buy 10 here. That's a lot as well. You can get some pretty good grinds on that. And then it's not even done that yet. Wow, don't even know how to speak English anymore. You can use these tokens to actually up your buildings. And let's see how much that costs. That's 150 for 1 upgrade. I would say for newer accounts, I would definitely first focus on buying this. This one is super cheap because it's only literally like, it's 22 refresh at a time. It's super cheap. Go that one first. Then I would probably focus on your re-ups. And then after your re-ups, because the re-ups are not that expensive, it's going to cost you, what, 200 purse, it's going to cost you 600, it's not that expensive. Aim for that. And then afterwards start aiming on those buildings. And I think you can get quite some buildings in for doing that. Then afterwards you also have the possibility of getting more mana or getting more, well, of everything. I would definitely say that if I look at these numbers, I would say for beginner accounts, it's not too bad to get in a lot of unknown scrolls, because unknown scrolls just means more 6 stars. For higher end accounts that don't need mana, don't need unknown scrolls, is probably just getting these in and then just going on from there. Too bad there's no energy cashback in this event. Would be very OP if that was also in there. But I would say that this is one of the craziest, if not the craziest. Like, this is an event I would expect for the 10th anniversary event. Like, one of these kind of things. Like, 150 re-ups and double drop rate for a specific thing that you choose. This is what I had in mind. Like, if you would do something crazy next level. And then also the other event with the 10 Devilmons. I really feel like that this was all planned for the 10th anniversary. And then for the 10th anniversary, they were like, no, actually, let's do this earlier. And we're going to give that right now. And for the 10th anniversary, got even more crazy shit. So that's the thing with the 10th anniversary. You have to one-up this event. That's going to be an insane one as well. But yeah, I pretty much stayed up until 4 in the morning just to check out this event. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely make the most use of it. Farm a lot. And also, how do you get those things? It's pretty much just playing everything. That's pretty much the main thing, how you get those crystals in. It did show somewhere how to collect them. Yes, so definitely would recommend to do all of your arena wings if you're normally a kind of guy that you're like, I don't really care about arena that much. Build a team that can auto something. Absolutely do your arena things. Well, these are for the whales. You're going to get there at some point, but definitely do all of your guild content. Like if you normally don't do the guild rifles, definitely do your guild rifles right now, because that's just a free 15 of those things. Like, that's just super nice in general. So definitely get those things in. I think it is pretty easy to get to the point, which is the minimum threshold I recommend people to go for, is 600, which can clear all of those. But actually you don't need too much of it. If you just go casual, clearing 600 for those is pretty easy. This also doesn't cost too much. Refreshes too, it's very cheap. But if you want to up your glory towers, if they're not maxed yet, I would definitely try to min-max as much as you can to do everything to get points. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and definitely keep on farming, guys. See you in the next.